Houndsman 1 called me out for this 3-knife challenge. You're supposed to show your everyday carry knife, your favorite knife, and your oldest knife. So thanks for the call out. I'll get started with my everyday carry knife. It's just a cheap Smith & Wesson knife. I've been carrying this knife for over 10 years. The blade on it's good and dull right now. It also has a serrated blade. Of course, it's locking. Interesting thing about this knife is I've dropped this thing and lost it several times, but even though it's black, somehow I still always can find it. I even dropped it one day when I was using the tractor and didn't realize it and ran over it with the tractor, but luckily I was doing some grading, so it just pressed down in the loose soil. Didn't hurt the knife at all. But about a year or two ago, I decided I wanted to get a better knife to carry for my everyday carry knife. So I got a Kershaw Leek, and I got it in orange. I like to buy stuff in orange because if it gets dropped, it's easy to spot, especially if you're working in the woods or something like that. Well, I had the Kershaw Leek for about 2 or 3 months and dropped it and never ever did find it. So I never ever replaced it because I always felt like as soon as I bought another Kershaw Leek, I would find this one. But I don't know, after getting caught out for this 3-knife challenge, I got to looking at knives again. I'm thinking about a Benchmade knife this time, but I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit afraid of getting a better knife and losing it again. But yet, this $10 knife I've lost I don't know how many times and keep finding it. So now on to my oldest knife. I don't know if you really consider these knives. These are just kind of like little novelty knives. This one says Canada on it, and I don't know if it's going to show up, but it says Niagara Falls on the other side. Here's what it looks like with the blade open. Then I also have this little knife that looks to be old. Most of my knives aren't very fancy knives. When I was a little kid, I always used to go into the A&N store and buy the cheap imported knives. And then when we'd go on vacation, there was a tool warehouse I'd always go into and buy knives. Then I think I got this knife at a yard sale from a neighbor. It's a Parker Bullet. Got to doing a little bit of research on it today before I made this video. Parker was in business from 1976 to 1978. This knife is made in Japan. So this could be my oldest knife, but I actually think those little knives there are really my oldest knife, but a lot of people probably don't consider them a knife. So I thought I would show this one. Here's a little closer look at it. And I don't remember giving too much for this knife. It was probably under $10. And doing a little looking around today, I saw some of them bringing like $70 at some knife shops online. Then, I'm not sure about this knife also. I don't think it's very old. It was my grandfather's. I actually called him Pappy. It's an old timer. It looks like it was carried a little bit. It even still has the original paperwork in the box, but I don't see any kind of dates on the paperwork. I do see there's other knife models listed on the paperwork, so maybe I could look at that and figure out how old the knife is by the other models listed on the paperwork. So I'm not really sure to say which one of these knives would be my oldest. I guess I'll go with this Parker knife since they were in business from 76 to 78. So that narrows it down to like 2 years. Then for my favorite knife, I guess I'm going to go with this Hen & Rooster. It was a gift from a friend for Christmas. It's made in Germany. They're sold at Smoky Mountain Knife Works in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. pretty nice looking knife. It's a little dirty from me handling it, but I never ever carried it because it was a pretty expensive knife, at least to me. But this knife has 4 blades on it, but I don't know, I think it's a pretty nice looking knife. Alright, so those are my 3 knives for the 3 knife challenge, and I'm supposed to call 3 people out now. I'm calling out GP Outdoors, John Ritter, and Capper Outdoors. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. In the comments section, let me know what kind of knife I should get to replace this Smith & Wesson as my everyday carry knife. I really want something that has an assisted opening